Welcome back to TN Touchdowns, the British take on the American game. It is the greatest host on earth. Did I say ho or host? Greatest host with the ST on earth, the boy Ghost. I have Felix and I have Nomics back in the studio. Welcome back from holiday, brother. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, not bad, brother.
We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. So again, for those that have been seeing the visuals, let us know what you think. Is there anything you would like us to change first and foremost? But we are trying to do this every week. You get me? Dedication to the cause. But today we are, Felix, your timekeeper. We are going to keep this under an hour today, man. We are going to do a quick roundup of some of the things that have happened in the league this week. Some of the key things that we will speak about, though, obviously the Jets have fired Robert Saleh. Kind of discussing what are some of the reasons behind it. Is he actually to blame, or is it of something else or someone else? We also discussed the putrid smell that was coming out of Buffalo. Trying to work out what that was. And then obviously we have to touch on my boy Kirko Chainz. As you can see, I'm a Kirko stan now, you know, the 500 club. But yeah, and then of course give you our predictions for week 6. So yeah, man. Let's just quick, how you lot been? Felix, what's been popping? I know this you were on holiday.
Trying to, you know, me, I'm minding my business, trying to work, you know, save money, hide from the rain. You know, I'm just chilling.
Hey, do you have waves under your do-rag?
No, I'm actually been growing out my hair a little bit, dickhead. Dickhead. It's very good.
No, I was just asking. I wasn't too sure of that. I wanted to know whether you had waves. That's all. It was just I thought it was interesting that you had a do-rag with no waves under there. So
no, do you have to have waves to wear a do-rag?
No, I was just wondering what the. It doesn't matter. Anyway, how was your holiday?
Yeah, it was good, man. It's good to be back. Well, actually, that's cap. It's not good to be back. Her guard was much better than this bullshit, but it's good to be like back, being able to watch football. You know what I'm saying? I literally burnt out all my data watching football on the Sunday. Bro, I was at my mum's flipping 60th celebration, and I ain't gonna hold you. I had the iPad out, I had the phone. Yeah. Boy, I had to make sure I was watching that football, boy.
But I wish it was one of those weeks where your teams got dumped on, bro, to see heartbreak in HD across across borders, bro. That shit would have been delicious. But it's been all right, actually. You know, we both in the W hotel. What is this, second week in a row?
Yeah.
Yes. There ain't be much dumping in the group chat. The first day one of us loses, it's gonna be a deadly day. Yeah, I know there's a lot that's been building up in
to be honest, we're gonna see you in 4 weeks. So
listen, I said you don't want to see us, bro.
All right, cool. I'm just saying we're gonna see you in 4 weeks, isn't it?
Coco's gonna snatch Dax chain, and it's all curtains from there, bro.
That's good. That week, yeah. That week is going to be so interesting.
It's actually hate week, bro. I'm going into Iden.
And whoever loses, the pod is going to be unbearable.
I'm going to summon all 6.
So how many weeks is it?
It's 4 because we have the Lions this week, then it's the 49ers bye week, then we have the Falcons.
Oh, so we might not have
tank. We
might not have tank, you know, for that then.
No, tank essentially he probably won't be back for another like 6 weeks. Michael will be back for that game. They're saying that Brandon Cooks may not be back in time as well. And then I've
no issues of I don't have any worries of our offense to move the ball in the defense actually calm. It's just that we gonna be able to stop them. That's the issue. So we'll see though.
We'll have Michael.
I'm definitely not as confident as I was going to the season after I saw the bullshit we've been playing out. Because I'll be talking bad smoky right now. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll keep it humble. However, if we do win, oh god.
No, that's good. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how despicable me and Felix are going to be?
It doesn't matter. The thing is, if let's say I go into that game and at the moment and we're like, 6. How many times is it in 4 weeks? You said?
Yeah.
If we're like 6-3 or something going into that game, or inshallah 7-2 or something like that, I'm not going to mind as much as we lose. If it's like proper clutch where it's
of course.
Out, but I marked that on the schedule as one of the games that I said was going to be one of the hardest games. But it is what it is, man. It's just for the bragging rights. That's all that game really is, man. So
yeah, you haven't beat us in a long time.
Don't let me win. Because Felix, you live in East. I'm going to turn up to your house. I'm going to knock on your door.
Hey, yo, listen.
I'm going on a tour, bruv. I'm knocking on each one of your doors to come.
Going on the tour.
I'm going to film it and book footage on this pod. So, yeah, man. But all right, cool. Anyway, listen. Let's get first into our first topic. So, Robert Saleh at the Jets. Yesterday was it? Breaking news.
Yeah.
He's been fired.
News.
Never in your life sing ever again.
Breaking news.
I'm about to sing a Dexter that to a pod full of two men. Anyway, but I guess my first question is: do you think it was just? And two, who do you think's involved? Because I heard that he came in and then he was like, "All right, cool. I'm coming to demote Nathaniel Hackett because he wanted to take on someone else." And then someone said, "Yeah." 5 minutes later, you're being escorted out of the building by security and he didn't have a job no more. So, again, that's the first question. What do you think happened? There's rumors of, it might be a certain number 12 that might have had a say in it. Some are saying it's the owner. There's even been rumors saying, hey, man, wore the Lebanon thing after some
they're boy the Lebanon thing, but
the stuff really happening in the world. But
Lebanon team, he's been very that though. He's been very
I'm just here to add some spice to the cook.
That one's a nasty agenda though. Like but
I've been keeping my ears to the street. I find this very interesting. And so I've seen two different people report on what you kind of highlighted, right? So this is the gist, yeah. Cool. Man hit up. Man, they were in the ends. First of all, Rodgers. That's if you have to check in with the OGs at T and Touchdowns. You didn't check in. That's why you got cooked. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't check in with the man, them. You're lucky you didn't snatch the chains, bro. I know Guy Walter them man has some chains. You're lucky you didn't snatch the chains. So next time, I know the Jaguars coming in. Trevor's good with me in it. So Caleb, you got to check in. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no, I don't want anyone from OTF. Like, no, Caleb, you're good. But anyway, what
do you mean OTF? Now you started winning, so they might back it. I know OTF were at his neck before, so he was begging for his life.
Anyway, so obviously they lose to the Vikings, a game they actually could have won. Obviously Rodgers throws 3 picks, so on and so forth. Like they're on the coach home, they're on the plane home, and obviously Salah, these coaches are like, bro, our defense is playing at a high level, our special teams are playing at a high level, the offense is broken. So we need to fix something with the offense because it's not looking good. So they're saying, okay, cool. How about we kind of take play calling away from Nathaniel Hackett? Now, I want the listeners to know that if you didn't notice, in the summer, they were looking to get somebody in to kind of work alongside Hackett, but is low-key a babysitting, if not, they're the OC.
To Todd Downing, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're the OC in reality, but Hackett's the OC in name. Naturally, nobody got that job because it doesn't make sense. But that's what they try to do. Instead of just firing him, that's what they try to do. Friend of mine, this shows that man are trying to circumvent the pattern of Hackett being OC. Boom. Anyway, so fly back to Sunday night. They're like, hey, cool. We're gonna, do you know what I mean? We're gonna make this, we're thinking about this change. Monday comes, they're all in the facility, they're watching tape, boom. And this is when they decide, you know what, signing this team, so yeah, do you know what, we're gonna make this decision. Now, because the Jets are a Fugazi offense, a Fugazi organization, it's not like
it might be the worst run after the Browns.
Yeah. It's not like the Chiefs. If Andy Reid wants to take away play calling from Matt Nagy,
Matt Nagy
finished taken away.
All right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If Kyle Shanahan wants something done, it's done. McVay, Belichick when he was there. You get what I'm saying? You have certain organizations where you know that the coach has Sean Payton, the coach has autonomy on what happens on the coaching side of the ball. So the gist is, that's what happened. And obviously somebody now there's, I'm not sure if Rodgers heard first before the owner, but anything they have to do, they has to go to Joe Douglas and it has to go to the owner, to Woody Johnson. So even Woody has confirmed that him and Aaron were on the phone on the young FaceTime, like, yo, dog, what you saying? I'm just picking back being bull, you know what I'm saying? Just smoking on some crack like I usually do. And then, oh my God.
I'll be out here high as hell.
Yeah, and then obviously, like, so apparently Woody said that he didn't speak to Rodgers about that at all, and Rodgers just said the same thing on McAfee. I think that's you're about to fire somebody the next day. You didn't speak about it. So the gist is, Woody let bro know, and bro weren't really going for that. The next day, Salah comes in as normal. Hold on. Where's my ID card? Don't let me in the cafeteria, cuz.
Bro, I saw they done that to Jamal Adams too.
No, they actually recorded that one. Yeah.
That. Obviously, so anyway, Salah got. Let me go to my office. Let me go get the backup card. You know what I'm saying? Comes to the office. Woody knocks through. Boy, ain't gonna lie, boy to boy is a dub. Security has to escort him. And I remember reports that the defensive players were shocked. Like, so nobody saw this coming. Do you get what I'm saying? Pause, just in case. So to me, Rodgers' tentacles are all over this. And I think it shows that the Jets organization, it makes sense why in 13 years they have not made the playoffs.
Yeah, they're useless, man.
They're completely useless. And now go back to the question, is he really to blame? He's 20 and 36. I think apparently that's the worst coaching record for someone that's coached that long in one place. But in his, so you could, I don't think he's a good head coach. I think he's bad situationally. But the thing is, his defense has been really good. Cool, but they don't win enough games. Now, in his defense, I remember I was saying that to you, and then you'll talk about the scapegoat thing. And the more I started to go and read, the more I started to clock that bare things were out of his hands, bro. One, remember, their original OC was Matt LaFleur's brother.
Yeah.
They got rid of him to get Hackett. Why did they get Hackett?
A-Rod.
Because of who?
A-Rod.
Yeah, what's a lot of error. So Salah didn't draft Zach Wilson. Salah didn't force them to make Zach Wilson work for 30 games. Salah didn't ask to have Matt White, Tim Boyle, and all these other meaty youths. Salah didn't ask for. Salah was in. What's his name? What's my man's name? Hackett was imposed on him. He couldn't get rid of Hackett. Apparently, like he was even this season. They said he can't oversee. No, usually, even you might be a defensive head coach. You can't oversee the offense. Belichick will, from what I've been hearing from the body, Belichick will come into McDaniel's office and say, "Listen, this week I want us to take this approch." Or even on the game,
same thing with us. All head coaches should have leadership.
Yeah, even on the headset, he'll hit up McDaniel's and like stick a couple runs in there because he's trying to manage the game. That right was taken away from Salah, right? So I think it's quite harsh that you severely handicap a coach, you then undermine him, and I think it's quite hard to say he probably isn't a good enough head coach. But what's happening with the Jets here, it doesn't make sense. If you thought that he's fireable, why didn't you just fire him in the summer? You know why they didn't fire him in the summer? Because Rodgers said, no, I like him.
Now Rodgers said something.
And what's happening is, bro, they could go on Monday night and actually beat the Bills. And usually, Ed, you've seen this, and Fee, you've seen this, to round up. When one side of the ball is stinking, what usually happens is the head coach makes a decision. Like, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of the DC. We saw it last year with the Buffalo Bills. Their offense was actually putting up mad points, but they started to choke a couple games, and that was really low-key Josh Allen's fault. But I think it was. I can't remember. Joe Brady's the new one. I can't remember the one. Ken Dorsey paid the price of Josh Allen's turnovers. Joe Brady came in, and they started to become a run-first team, and that's when Stephon Diggs' numbers went down. Yeah, we've seen Doug Peterson fire OCs. We saw Sirianni effectively fire both OCs, right? So
even though he is the actual one that they should be firing, but, that's another story.
But to see the Jets defense, who has literally been elite for 3 years running,
that's the only good thing of their team.
Is actually to then not fire Hackett, and then another thing to round up with the Hackett thing. And I remember watching Denver 2 years ago.
Hackett hasn't been good in ages.
No, but the thing is, Denver's offense wasn't really that bad. It was Russell Wilson was arse. It's not the greatest offense, but it's not as inept as it looks now. From what everybody says, and I remember this from Green Bay, yeah. So I'm keep going on, but things keep popping to my head. When I'm not sure you man remember, Rodgers and Matt LaFleur didn't get on initially because he wasn't really effing with what Matt LaFleur was trying to do. Rodgers doesn't like play action. Rodgers doesn't like a lot of motion. He likes to be able to sit in the line of scrimmage, use his cadence, look look at what the defense is doing and then dissect the defense from that, because he's got so much experience. He's a smart QB, and obviously he's got a crazy arm. If he doesn't really see something, he could buy time and boom, Devontae Adams is open or whatnot. Matt LaFleur and him had a mini power struggle. Eventually, he bought into the Matt LaFleur offense. They went 13-3 back to back, and he was a back-to-back MVP. Remember, he went for over bare yards, but they had the running game going with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. A lot of play action, boom, boom, boom. Now with Hackett, not because he's got Hackett, he's got more autonomy. I think
that's what it is.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that Hackett would run, where he's run at maybe, I think he was at the Jaguars before, at the Broncos, he's not running a lot of that stuff. It's because he's doing what Rodgers wants. That man signed Lazard and Randall Cobb. That wasn't Joe Douglas' decision. That was Rodgers' decision. So I think
he's pressing now for Devontae.
Yeah, that one makes sense though. It's Devontae Adams, and I think Devontae Adams will make a big difference to offense because Garrett Wilson is not who people thought he was. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I heard today on the podcast that when Garrett Wilson is isolated on one side, like his success rate is like super poor, like one of the lowest in the league, right? He's not getting that much separation. Whereas when the Green Bay was running that type of stuff with Adams, bro, Adams was the most dominant person in isolation situations in the league. Yeah, so to round up, Saleh, although he wasn't the greatest of coaches, he has been the scapegoat because they surrendered the organization to Aaron Rodgers. And I also think part of the reason why they did that is because they gave up a lot for him. And if Rodgers just decides, if he just gets annoyed, he could say, okay, I'm going to retire at the end of the season. And then
I think that's what the problem is. But my issue with that is, watching even this game this weekend, I was watching Rodgers, and there was things that I saw from his body language. Maybe it's just Rodgers. It doesn't look like somebody that has the same fire that they once did in the game. He knows, like, bro, I'm on my kind of twilight of my career.
No, that's always Rodgers' body language. He's always been.
But it's like I don't see like
I promise you, he's always been like this, and that's what people actually got angry with him. He's always been like that. They say that he's too aloof. But he did look quite.
No, but watching a game like so remember I said at the whole game I was watching him. There were two parts of this. One, the O-line wasn't great. I felt sorry for him. He was getting cooked at the beginning. But even then, I thought, okay, cool. Towards the end, he started cooking. In fact, that last drive prior to the interception, I thought, okay, right, these men could actually tie it up here and make this game something exciting. But during that, it was like a lot of the issues that I was seeing was solely poor throws by him. There was some really, really bad throws by Rodgers where it was like, this is uncharacteristic levels of poorness. Some of it might be timing with his receivers and that kind of thing. I think most of it's timing.
Bare times, like he's thinking, oh, Wilson's got to break.
Like it's like a choice route or something, and he's doing the wrong.
Again, it would help if you went minicamp. Right. You sort it out then.
But it's like that's where when I talk about his body language, it was more of the kind of. There were times when some of the throws were awful, and then the look was kind of looking at his receivers like this fucking dickhead. What you can't?
No, that's been him. That's been him.
And so my thing is, yeah, but it's like, bro, you're playing on a team with young players. You're playing with people that are trying to build up. Again, I don't really know how he is behind the scenes. You might be because, in fact, I know he did a lot for Zach Wilson whilst he was there, but I don't see how all of that is going to be beneficial to actually lift the team out of where they are right now. And nor do I see getting rid of Saleh as anything going to change on that side of the ball for the better. It's not even like you said, all right, cool, you know what, we're going to elevate someone with an offensive mind into head coach. You've brought Jeff Ulbrich, who, don't get me wrong, I quite like him, innit? I remember he was our interim for a little bit. He was a linebackers coach, and I think he's their DC, and he was also the same thing at the Browns for a period of time. I think, in fact, he might have even been an interim head coach at the Browns for a period of time as well. But he's a players kind of coach. My thing is, I don't see how they're going to improve their offense by doing that, because it's going to be the same dead play calling by Nathaniel Hackett. If then I then see that actually they do take play calling away from Nathaniel Hackett, and then it does go to Todd. My question is then why get rid of Saleh? Because he then do you know what I'm saying? So
I think that's.
I think they've been looking to get rid of him for time, man. They've been losing for time, bro. Even
this is one of the best starts. They're 3-2.
No.
2-3 now, aren't they?
I think. Yeah. You have to take in that. Okay, He went there every year. I think even last year and maybe the year before, we were actually saying, is he on the hot seat? Because they've just had losing seasons throughout. Now, obviously, he got the bly because A-Rod got injured. And then he went ahead. They went ahead with what's his face?
Zach Wilson.
My man that got shipped out. Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
As I said, I don't think he actually wanted Zach Wilson, but they're bringing in a new head coach. They brought in a new GM. They want to bring in a new QB. So he got saddled with him. No problem. The whole time he's been there, they've had the best defense in the league. Like, if not the best, top 3.
But he's up there.
Yeah.
And this year in particular, like when you actually have watched them play, the defense always was better than the offense. The offense actually looks air. Like,
it's horrible.
I was saying, you remember when what team did they beat the other day? And I was like, bro, Rodgers didn't look good. It might have been the Patriots, and
no, that was Titans. Titans is the
was it the Titans?
Yeah, Rodgers looked amazing against the Patriots. Against the Titans, he looked mid.
He looked awful. So it's like, as so far this season, I don't think Rodgers has been that good. Maybe, as you have said, it's because he missed training camp and stuff. Like he hasn't got the timing down, etc. But I mean, considering the way we talk about Aaron Rodgers, the Jets should look a lot better than they do. So I think because Aaron Rodgers and the offense aren't looking good, and they've already been losing, in their mind, they're like, let's just can this guy. Like, fuck it.
I think another point, Felix, you kind of reminded me of something. Like, I think after the game, I think Quincy Williams, the DT, said that we don't have enough accountability. When players are coming out saying that, that's lurking about with the head coach, or he could be really talking about the offensive side of the ball, or he could be talking about
Aaron.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he
could be talking about Aaron. That's what I thought when he said it.
I think, and also, I feel like if you've watched it, obviously you can see the tea leaves. You can see those people might showcase bits and pieces, but it didn't ever look like Rodgers and Salah had a good relationship.
He threw 3 interceptions this game, didn't he? 3 interceptions, bro, and a pick 6. So at some point, you have to look at it and think, okay, cool. It ended being a 1-score game by the end of it.
Yeah, they'll drive to win the game.
They're driving to win the game. But my thing is that at that point, we would look at any other game where somebody has thrown 3 interceptions and one of them being a pick 6, and for you to lose by 1 score, bro, I have to put a large chunk of that loss squarely at your feet.
Of course. So I was listening to a book today, and one of my favorite people, Steve Reeves, he said that if you actually look at the tape, that Rodgers actually did better than he thought because of what was out there. But I think one of the issues is that historically, like the great QBs always say, you can't blitz Brady, you can't blitz Peyton, you can't blitz Mahomes, you can't blitz Rodgers, because if you blitz them, they kill you, right? This year, they've been awful against the blitz. Yeah. And they're going into a game against the Vikings, who Brian Flores is literally creating new ways to blitz. So the fact that they haven't had so what, I think, I can't remember who it was that said this, but they're like, I think it might be Chris Simmons, like, people know what Rodgers likes to do against the blitz. He's been doing the same thing for years. So now they've adapted to that. But now it's incumbent on the Jets to now adapt to the adaptation and come up with a plan for blitzes. When they blitzed Rodgers this year, it's been toast. Like, not even just from, okay, cool, we're not getting the correct routes. They're letting free, like, bro, one of the blitzes that collapsed Rodgers, one of the linemen was legit blocking nobody.
Like,
yeah, but their O-line has been
bad for time, man.
Bad for time, man. And even in that game, Rodgers did make a few plays where the O-line got cooked and he's ducking out of pressure, and he's either saving himself from a sack by getting a throwaway or making a play. But yeah, I do think Rodgers can play better, but I think for the Jets to actually be successful, I actually think they actually need to run some form of offense and not the Aaron Rodgers offense. I think you have to, and this is where organizations are janky. For example, if people are saying they should get Belichick, right? If Belichick comes in, well, first of all, he's not listening to Willie Johnson. That's not one. He's going to let man know from the jump, like, ain't that. And Rodgers won't even have the audacity to try to run the same type of antics that he's running with Belichick. Because Belichick is more like, cool, this is the offense we're going to run. Boom, boom, boom. You can't come and try to overrule like the offensive coordinator.
You wait till Josh McDaniels there.
No, but McDaniels is a OC though. He's just a dead. He's just dead.
Better OC, yeah. Than he is.
Yeah. He's just a very, very dead head coach. And he's a waste man. These man try to run the Belichick culture. Nigga, you ain't Belichick. Do you know what I mean?
Go to hell, bro.
Yeah, you can't be up in grown man's faces, moving mad, moving like a militant, yeah, with no Super Bowl rings, bro. With Belichick, niggas gonna hear it because man's got 8 Super Bowl rings, yeah, 6 as a head coach and 2 as a DC. McDaniels, nigga, who you? Do you know what I'm saying? So
who is this guy?
Yeah. So I don't know. So it's very peak. I kind of feel sorry for Salah, but luckily for Salah, the media are not having it. They are not having it.
He'll get himself a job, man.
Yeah, he's too good as a DC.
Yeah,
as a DC for sure. Yeah. As a DC for sure. As a head coach, probably unlikely because
no, you'll get a DC joint first and then work his way up.
He should come to the Cowboys. He should come to the Cowboys. Do Dan Quinn. Come to the Cowboys. Improve your stock again. Then you get another head coach job. You know what I mean?
Bet. All right, cool. Thank you, boys. But so yeah, man, that was also the London game. So we saw the Jets unfortunately lose to the Jags.
Hey,
Not
Jets,
the Jags, sorry.
The Jets DBs love a penalty, you know.
To Justin Jefferson and go the Vikings.
Yeah.
No. Listen, it wasn't even them. So just touched on that. When I say Justin Jefferson, was giving these man a bad day.
And Addison.
Brother, I would just see them going down the field. I'll just see them man grabbing. The thing is, Garrett Wilson's pretty handsy anyway. Sorry, what did I say? Garrett Wilson. Sauce Gardner's pretty handsy anyway. But the rest weren't really trying to have that today. The holding and PI calls were crazy, but it was literally just because, bro, he would streak past one of them and they're just thinking, oh God, we got to do something to stop it. Otherwise it's about to get dark, bro. I messaged into the chat pretty much at the same time. I said, this guy's giving these niggas a hell, bro. This is crazy.
Hell, bro.
Like, if you factor in the penalties as well as kind of the actual yards that he got, yeah, bro, it was a long day for them, man. So
sure.
But yeah, it was a great game. It was a good game to watch. I must say, it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was
cool. So what was also entertaining was us going and seeing a return of a figure that's actually in the media quite a lot. You know, certain men have a taste for people that are 8 months pregnant, but we won't say no names though. But them man were coming back to I'm just saying living up to his name and digging stuff out. But this he came back to see the Bills, which was it was going to be an interesting one. There was a bit of tension between him and Josh.
That picture at the end was too funny, man.
The picture was hilarious. I think that summed it all up perfectly. And I think we had spoken about it before. We expected to actually, I wanted to see the same thing. Wanted to see Stephon Diggs do really well, because as much as I love Josh Allen, I also didn't like the fact that a lot of people slated Stephon Diggs as, his performances were this and he had gone downhill and blah 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 blah. Even though if we're keeping it true, Stephon was the one that put Josh Allen on. Before Stephon got there, people were talking about Josh Allen like, I don't know, is he really him? They're talking a bit like, you know, he might not be the guy we thought he was. They gave him a number one receiver. And
Felix, sorry, Ed, remember one night we were speaking on the phone, yeah? And I was saying, we were talking about this, and I was like, Felix, I said, sometimes I feel like I'm the only person that's sane in the world, yeah? Because people talk about Diggs like he was rubbed out, but I read Diggs' stats for the first 6 games of last season. He was going off. He was putting up a Bills 30, putting up touchdowns, like putting up bare receptions. He was cooking. He stopped cooking when they stopped throwing him the ball. So the way that people tried to act like he just became washed all of a sudden was to me was bare weird. And it's just now funny that now people were gassed off the first 3 weeks where they were playing some bum teams. Allen was moving mad. They're running all over them. Now they're playing some deep people that can actually play some form of defense. And they realize, we ain't got people to throw to. Enjoy.
It's looking very 2018, 2019-ish still. It's looking very, very, very like a throwback. you know.
Trust me, bro.
It's insane though, because even last year, I mean, he still put up 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns.
That was meant to be
despite him not actually getting the targets that he was for almost half the season at the very least.
Yep.
No,
so,
a question for you lot.
Yep.
Do you not think it's a little bit spooky that the OC has chosen to take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands and put it in the running back's hands instead?
I don't think it's spooky. I think when you have somebody like James Cook who's quite productive on the ground, I think it would just be stupid to not utilize it. What it does mean, though, but hold on. What it does mean is you get James Cook going from the beginning, and you have someone like Josh Allen. It opens up the game for him. And even if you've got an amazing QB, you don't want them to have to play hero ball all the time. This is what's part of the issue with what Josh Allen was doing before. If you get him in a position where he's going to have a one-on-one matchup somewhere on the field, it just means that your better QB is going to be able to find that one-on-one matchup. Well, theoretically, should be able to find that one-on-one matchup and hit that a lot better than your average guy. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like if you look at what James Cook has been doing this year, and even the other back, I can't remember the other one. He had a couple decent plays.
Number 26,
but if you have that working, then why not? I think they needed to be more balanced. He hasn't had a run game for ages, and this is why Josh Allen was their number one running back. I can't check the stats to confirm, but it wouldn't surprise me if he led their team in rushing as well as passing. So
do you feel like it's balanced? Do you feel like it's balanced though?
More so than it has been in the past.
See, I think with their personnel, obviously they don't
have anyone to throw to. So
they let go of Diggs and Gabe Davis, and also remember they drafted Dawson
Coleman
a couple years ago
in the first Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman, but I think Keon Coleman is more something they're developing, and he's made a couple plays this year. But
he was number one pick. He was the number one. Didn't he go in the first round?
He was their first rounder. He was their first rounder.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the previous year. They drafted Dawson Kincaid. As a tight end, and also they have Knox, who's been productive for them. So I think they're looking at, okay, cool. Kincaid is going to be something we're going to really try and feature. So we're going to play like a lot of 12 personnel. We're going to run the ball, and from those sets, we'll be able to throw to Kincaid, throw to Knox, maybe hit Cook on the check down. But then we have people like either Coleman or Curtis Samuel. Shakir, I think he's actually a pretty good player. He didn't play this game. Or MVS, and maybe try to get them on a play action thing. But what's happened is, like, man are like, okay, cool, we're going to focus on the run. Let's see if your receivers can get open. And it wasn't looking good. Josh Allen was 9 for 30.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Matt Collins just had he had some horrible drops as well.
I'm not sure some of them look like he weren't really tracking the ball too well.
Yeah, but he's not a premier receiver though, so but he's pretty much their wide receiver one at the moment, which is a bit rough. We spoke about
really be Shakir. Shakir should be their wide receiver.
But Shakir wasn't available for.
He wasn't playing. Yeah, it's but the thing is, I like what they're doing over there because I like what they're doing. You see that 12 personnel, it's actually quite good because out of that, especially when you have someone like Josh Allen, right? You have the personnel on the field to be able to run the ball, or theoretically should be able to run the ball quite well, having the two tight ends.
Yeah, they run the ball well.
Which is what they're doing. Which then means you also have the ability to have a really good play action. Now, if you're doing play action and bootlegs with somebody who can also run the ball with Josh Allen, and not only that, has a flipping cannon of an arm, you're thinking, all right, cool, we should be in a great position to make plays. And then finally, outside of that is you would then expect, if you're kind of playing with that kind of play action stuff, that you're not going to have a huge amount of reads to have to do. It should be a fairly simple read down the field if you're going to be doing those type of things. So in theory, it all makes sense. I just don't think they have the right receivers at the moment. It was looking rough. Now,
yeah, and also that the Bills fans have been getting very mad at receivers. Also, I think Kincaid hasn't taken the step as much. Obviously, I don't watch their film too tough, so I can't say he might be getting open. They might not be featuring him, or I don't know. I don't know where it is with Kincaid, but I think they were expecting like serious production, kind of like, you know, Laporte, Kyle Pitts, all the other like good tight ends. Obviously, Kelsey.
I said Kyle Pitts. I just sneak Kyle Pitts in.
He's back. Tell the streets we back up. But,
they need stop playing my man at receiver. Actually, playing as a tight end. But so I think the Buffalo thing is something that I really wanna. And it's just so funny because when Buffalo blam somebody, people go, they're the best. Remember we heard that they're the best.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, after they smacked the crap out of the Jaguars, they were the best team in the league because they smacked the Jaguars and beat who else? They really should have lost to the Cardinals, but beat the Cardinals, and I can't remember the other game that they won.
So the Cardinals are a good team.
Huh?
Cardinals are a good team though, and it was the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, they absolutely kicked the crap out of the Dolphins. So people talking about them very spicy, but they played then they played 2 playoff teams, and they really got dominated against the against the Texans. Nico Collins, I think the Nico Collins injury really kind of changed the dynamic of the game.
There was two drops as well, man. Dalton Schultz had there was 2 those 2 Fairbairn field goals that they kicked from quite far out, and these were down because they were there because it was drops on 3rd down where they should have converted and probably would have put them in.
And they managed to get a couple turnovers off CJ Stroud. Yeah, the defense stepped up, but man, I want to watch them a bit more closely. It'll be interesting to see how they do against other good teams. If I was a defense, I wouldn't be too worried about the Bills. I would think, well, let's stop the run.
Yeah,
we could probably cover the receivers.
You should be able to cover those receivers. I'm not gonna lie, but focusing more on Josh Allen, man. Like, there's a lot. I think some of the issues that you've had with him in the past is the fact that, bro, why is the media always making excuses for him? Because the reality is, bro, as a professional quarterback in the NFL. And one, moreover, that they tout to be a potential MVP, to complete 9 passes whilst throwing 30 or more times. And I think I read somewhere, out of those 9 passes, only 1 of them were actually traveled in the air more than about 12 or 13 yards. Yeah. Every single one of those were basically dink and dunk passes that he was able to complete. And then Yak saved his numbers. Otherwise, his numbers could have looked abhorrent. It could have been a Mac Jones special, bruv. So... There's something clearly. Is there a disconnect, you think, is it just his receivers, or is there a disconnect with him and the offensive scheme? Is the Bozo gene back and is it mutating? Like, what is it? Like, because are we looking at this as just being one-off bad game?
What I'll say is it's not the Bozo gene because he hasn't actually thrown any interceptions so far. He's actually
he has that turnover worthy plays though.
Yes, of course. But I mean, every QB will. But I mean, it just doesn't show in the box score. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's maybe what it is? Do you think he's fighting the accusation so hard that he's been fighting himself?
He's ever since. Look, as I said, they took the ball out of his hand last year, and he stopped. He didn't really throw as many picks. He doesn't really turn over the ball as much now. Like especially this year. This year he hasn't been necessarily asked to carry the offense as you have said. So I think it's been a lot easier for him in that regard. I think this year he's been okay. Been okay to good. Because if we're honest, the first 5 weeks, bro, name an actual QB outside of maybe Lamar and maybe Burrow. Burrow's low-key been cooking as well. But out of those 2, who has really been like wowing you? Like, I'm sure this will come and talk about Mahomes and stuff. But like,
Mahomes hasn't been good.
Yeah, but Mahomes hasn't been good. I watched that week in week out. That hasn't been good.
Burrow has been very good this year.
Yeah, bro.
You actually look at his numbers. He's
not good enough, my brother.
Not good enough.
You are a hater that is dedicated to the club.
The thing is,
listen. All I know is you get the ball with a chance to win the game against the Chiefs. You fumble the ball, they score a touchdown. You get the ball with a chance to end the game against the Bengals. You throw a pick. 2 double-digit leads in the 4th quarter. You're allowed to stop. I'm just stating facts, bro, guy.
His defense are allowed to stop people too, though.
Yeah, but I've seen other QB.
The defense has always carried him. I'm sorry. The defense has carried him a lot. Return the favor.
Let's get back on topic. We'll touch.
Yeah. Don't bring that Burrow propaganda here, my brother. We ain't going there.
Hey, I might have to. I'm trying to trade my stock into another white boy, but the I played Josh Allen stocks for life. But yeah, I just feel like maybe how has the media been? Do you think he's been getting a little bit? Do you think they've been a little bit more honest about the Josh Allen thing, or they're still making excuses?
Not really. I'm okay. What I'm not gonna pretend like I watch the media like that. Them man smoke the Cowboys too much for me to want to pay attention to it like that. But I think that he gets a lot of. He doesn't necessarily get stick. He doesn't get stick the same way Lamar would get stick, for example. You know what I mean? They often do put him in MVP conversations, but it's because of the talent he has.
Yeah.
I think this game, and also what's gonna happen is that, bro, like I've said it a few times. No one gives a fuck about context. Like his actual game was bad, but the Bills could have still won. They had to go to OT. I said they had to go to OT to win this game or some shit. Or they won it in the fourth. But either way, you know what I mean?
Houston or
Houston.
Yeah, no. Houston won it in the last second of the game, where it was a field goal, last minute field goal. So but the reality is they should have won this game a lot before. I just feel like that they eased off it.
It kept them in. So based on this game, if no one actually watched the game and just took what they saw, they'd be like, oh, this was a close game.
No,
you know what I mean?
But
it wasn't. They were getting smashed. I think that what's gonna happen is that the next week they'll play better, they'll win, everyone will forget. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. Yeah. And plus, he hasn't been bad this year. Like compared to other QBs, I feel other QBs have been way worse than he has. You know?
Yeah, but that performance in this last game was an all-time stinker. I can't lie to you. That might be one of his worst performances that I've seen in a long time.
Bro, to only complete 9 or 30 passes
since rookie years, bro.
Yeah, fam. That's what I said. He was challenging. He was trying to redo that 2018 season, fam. Because those numbers are looking crazy.
It was horrific. All right, bet. So from one QB stinking it out to another QB doing what he had to do. I ain't got my chains on to commemorate my boy Kirko, but I know you saw that.
Bro, just talk about your boy so we can move on.
I don't even need to say it too much. You get me, man. Saw that. You get me. It's all good, bro. Nah, I'm playing, man. This I'm impressed with my team. Do you know what? I am impressed. Not because I feel like we played amazingly, but there's certain things where I can see how he's moved the needle. So you see in previous years, this is not us being in these close games, these one-score games isn't new. It's been that way for years. The problem is that when it was crunch time and then you needed someone to make a play on that final drive, or you needed someone to do something down the stretch, we didn't have someone that could do it. Ridder was 100% throwing an interception, so was Mariota. So it weren't happening. But anytime Kirk has been called on to make shit happen when it needs to happen, he's done it so far this year. Outside of the first game against Pittsburgh, which we were just flat completely. I think he's steadily improved every game. Even the Chiefs game, like the Chiefs game could have just as easily been a win if things had gone slightly differently. So like I loved what I saw. Now coming into this game, the Bucks were probably, people were saying, the best team in the NFC South coming into this week, which I was like, all right, cool, fair enough. They had played well. They had just blown out the Philly Eagles the week before. It was a short week, all of that kind of crap. So I thought, all right, cool, let's see what they're doing. Mike Evans is always an issue. He was an issue this game too. I don't know, for some reason, we can't stop Mike Evans. He just comes and he dumps on us relentlessly every single year, bro. I don't understand why. But they stuffed our run, and bro, Kirk said, all right, cool, say less. And he was dotting them, spreading the ball around. Bro, you see what happens when you actually play Kyle Pitts tight end? We're getting a lot more where he's actually playing in line, and we're running him on seam routes. Like one of the first plays of the game was a seam route for like 30, I think it was like 40 yards. Hit him straight away. And you start to see that, okay, cool, this is where these men are effective. They've moved Drake London plays more slot now, and Mooney plays on the outside, and it works. Like Drake's, do you know like do you remember when Mo Sanu was with us and he was like that kind of big body receiver that
Yeah.
you need a possession catch. He's there. Playing Drake London in that slot spot is kind of, he becomes almost a little bit of that safety blanket. So you got a big body who is going to catch, and Drake has sick hands. Like, bro, he'll go into traffic. He's not scared. He wants to be physical. He's got the basketball background as well. And so he was doing that all this game. And I think he's strong. You saw him get his touchdowns. And I think Drake went for about 140 yards or something mad.
154.
154 yards. There you go. And then
that's a career high, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
So, they said it on the broadcast.
He went off. Mooney as well. I remember I said it at the beginning of the season. I thought you were trolling. Remember when you liked that tweet and I said Kirk is going to make Mooney eat this year?
Yeah.
And then you liked it. I thought you were trolling. You're like, no. I just wanted to come back. And I did say it. Mooney in training camp seemed to be...
That touchdown pass through to Mooney was nasty.
It was insane, but it worked.
Sometimes you got to dash into triple coverage, bro.
Bro, like, it works, innit? And I think
sometimes you got to dash into triple coverage sometimes, bro.
But that was the issue. So I think one of the key things that coming into this game that they've spoken about the offense, Kirk himself said, look, I need to be better at I need to gel with these men because I'm not anticipating where they need to be and I'm not trusting what I'm seeing. So I'm waiting for a man to get there. And it's not like he's not Josh Allen. He's not Richardson where when he fires that ball, it's going to get there in a hurry. Do you know what I'm saying? He's more of I'm accurate. I'll put it where it needs to be. Just get there. So I think with him, now he's at the point where he's been able to like, all right, cool, I can anticipate and I know what my receivers are like. You saw this game, he was putting the ball where they were going to be. There were so many times where, bro, a man hasn't even started his break yet and the ball has left his hand and then Mooney's picking up. So he's done that to Mooney a couple times out wide on a couple corner routes and stuff. And it showed signs of, right, actually, do you know what? With the weapons that this man has, he can actually throw it around the field. Do you know what I'm saying? You have 3 or 4 solid pass catchers now. Pitts is obviously solid. Drake's solid. Mooney's been a great addition. I think Mooney's been amazing. I just don't like when they keep playing him on flipping screenplays and stuff because he doesn't like contact. He wants to avoid people. And McLeod has been a sick pickup as well. I think he's been dope.
What's it? 49ers fans will tell you you're a liar talking about Ray McLeod, you know. They hate his guts.
Bro, because he was just a return man. He wasn't a receiver.
Yeah,
but he's come here and we're like, all right, cool, come play receiver. And he's been in the slot and he's been cooking. So it's like, all right, cool, I ain't going to complain. You know what I'm saying? One man's trash, another man's treasure. But it come
Kirk Cousins threw almost 60 times, you know.
60. It's not, the thing is, that's not feasible. It's definitely not feasible.
Times is insane.
Yeah, but I think that was a bit of a game state situation.
Yeah,
your run was getting put in a paquito. So
yeah,
and also basically every time like I was watching the game in the airport, and it'll be like first down run -2, maybe second down run. Stuff the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 13.
Basically, like every time, because obviously I was, you know me, I'm a hater, so I was rooting for ATL to lose. So every time I saw the hand the ball off, I was like, yes. Because every time Kirk dropped it back, it was
bro, I love that.
Bro, the box will get dotted into oblivion. You threw for 5 bills.
Now, to add some context though, yeah, and this is how you know I'm objective Ed these days. They were down their starting safeties. So I think they had,
and they've basically their DB room is cooked.
Yeah, and their best coverage linebacker, I can't remember his name.
I know it's about what's his name again? It's not.
It's gonna bug me.
Levante David.
No, not Levante David. No, it's not Levante David. It's another one. I can't remember his name.
No, Devin White. He got released by the Eagles.
Released. He's like,
it's Levante David.
Is Levante coverage? One of them. No, Levante David played. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did play.
Hold on. Let me quickly check. It's gonna bug me now. Hold on.
KJ Britt. Was there?
No, he played.
But he played.
No. Man said that's a way to separate. Hold on.
Vita Vea.
No, it might be. You know, you might be right. It might be Levante David.
Yeah, Vita Vea is too cold.
It's Jamal Dean. Was it JJ Russell? One of the two. It might be JJ Russell even. But yeah, but it's like, so I know they were down a couple players, but Do you know what I'm saying? You play what's in front of you. I didn't expect
$5 is still $5
for $5, bro. Like that's a lot. But yeah, I was impressed, man. And even if he can play to 80% of that every week, do you know what I'm saying? It puts us in a position to win every game that we're going to be in.
Bucks must feel sick because that was some generational terrible clock manager. And they Loki got a bad call, which probably would have won them the game because they had a penalty that obviously made it like 2nd and 20 or 1st and 20, but there was a face mask on the
that they missed, the missed face mask.
So that would have been offsetting penalties. So, but still, I think they kind of handled the clock badly. And once I saw how much time ATL had, I was like,
I was surprised that they were even able to get the field goal up. Like there was still a lot to be done, bro. Like
there's definitely a lot to be done. But the way the game was going, like Kirk was moving the ball on them very comfortably.
Yeah.
And then every time it was 3rd down, you knew Drake London 8 yards, Drake London 10 yards. Yeah.
And bro, I was so happy for Kadero Hodge, man. Like the thing is, you see him, he's a player where he's just a special teams guy, and he was only in that because Drake London got injured the play before.
Yeah, I remember.
So he had to come out, so he's come into the game, and now this is a guy. He's like, bro, this is, and he got a touchdown last week on special teams. He recovered the muff punt. He recovered it, and he's like, this is the first time I've ever had more than one touchdown in a season because he's just a special teams dude. Yeah, no, he's a special teams dude, and he like. If you look at his numbers are terrible.
Took a very bad angle, but once he took two
steps, once he took he's off, and he's done the same thing last year as well. Like, he'll grab it and go to the house.
Bro, so, the way he blew past the Bucks,
I saw that, bro. I shouted my house down. I said, "My flipping!"
Yeah, I just closed the stream, man. I was like,
but yeah, no, I was so happy for him, and also just the reaction of the team. Like, I think. One of the things that I wasn't the happiest that we took Raheem Morris as head coach at the beginning because I wanted some of the other guys like Ben Johnson and so on and so forth. But what I can see is that in terms of the culture that he's building in the team, though, is something. There's a lot. The camaraderie there is sick. Like them man all proper fuck with him as a coach, and they also fuck with each other, which is proper dope to see. And I think those are the things that actually down the stretch, building a winning team is actually is more important than maybe I gave credit to. It's not just X and O's all the time. So yeah, I'm intrigued, man. I want to see how far this goes, man. Next week we got the what's them pussycats in our league, the Panthers. And hopefully if we can stretch out to 4-2, then it puts us in a good position. We beat them, we're 3-0 in our division and top of our division. So yeah, then we're in the driver's seat going forward. But large out Kirk, man. On Matt Ryan's Ring of Honor night too, bro. How can you come and break the franchise record?
No, you're bare happy, fam. I don't like it.
Oh, listen, allow me, man. I've had a rough couple of years, man. Let me enjoy this. This was my Super Bowl still. Hey, do you know what? Yeah, if we had Bijan in 2016, we'd have a ring right now. Can I say that one thing that people don't speak about Bijan, his pass protection, is so sick. Like I had no idea. Like and I think they asked him about it. He said it's something that he started working on when he got into the NFL. But fam, if you go and watch some of our tape from the last games, the number of times he picks up some of these late blitzes where they would have killed Kirk, and we've made big plays off of it. Amazing. Like he's done so well, man. I think he's been sick. The combination of him and Algier have been great in the backfield. I'd just like to see the running game generally be a little bit more consistent. If we can start kind of making sure we're getting at least 100 yards on the ground each game or something, just to open up that pass game a little bit more, man, I think we're going to be comfortable for the rest of the season still. So, yeah, man. But all right, cool. So, the rest of the week, we had some decent games. I think I saw, for me, some of the good performances that I definitely saw this week was Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray has been playing some good football this year. The Cardinals in general have, despite the fact that nobody really thought they were going to be a threat in the NFC, dare I say.
They're not.
Pardon?
They're not a threat.
I mean, they're beating the 49ers. The
49ers had already lost 2 games before they met these guys. Just
I know, but when I say a threat, actually, maybe let's say in the NFC West.
Okay,
is that better? Is that fair?
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to say, as in, you didn't have them winning much at all.
I mean, going into the season, I had no expectations for them in general.
Okay,
so I'll say that. And I mean, they've looked good. They've looked good. They still have a losing record right now, but they look good. They've looked good so far.
What do you think of Marvin Harrison Jr.? Because
he's okay.
Do you think it's more to do with the fact that you have people like Malik Neighbors who have been doing an absolute madness? That maybe he's not looking as. That I'm saying he doesn't. I can't put him on that level of Malik Neighbors right now, even though he supposedly should be.
He's not the same type of athlete as Malik Neighbors. I say that.
Yeah, but he when you watch him run his routes here, he is silky fast. Like he glides past people.
Yeah, but he don't get separation. He actually doesn't get separation. Like, all jokes aside. But then, he doesn't get mad separation like that.
But it's more about the fact that he can make those catches.
Yeah, if they're gonna throw up to him, he's a tall guy. If he doesn't catch it, then
he's one of them always open dudes that I don't know.
They picked him in the first round for a reason. He's looked cool. I'm not saying he's a world beater.
I said he looked cool, you know.
He's looked cool. He's looked cool. He's looked all right. You know what I mean? It's calm. It's not. Yeah. It's, bro, man. Even in this game, there were a few catches that he had. It was like, oh yeah, that's a good catch. Like he obviously he's.
There was one where he made one adjustment for a back shoulder.
Yeah,
had
to turn around. No, it's because thing was backpedaling. What's his name? Kylo was backpedaling when he dashed it.
Yeah, it was nasty. That was nasty. It was cold though. I was like,
I'll say he's been good, but it's not like another thing is we also have to take into account that Malik Neighbors is playing at a big market. Big sports market because he's playing in New York.
Oh, so you're saying no
one cares about Arizona, bro. No one cares about Arizona.
I'll be watching, trying to see whether I can see a little something special. But I see the little something special with anytime I see Malik Neighbors play, I'm like, oh shit, he done something crazy. I mean, he wasn't playing this week, but every time I see him play, I'm like, this guy is cold. I don't get that same feeling with Marvin Harrison. Other than I see a couple catches where it's like, okay, this is the mate. Okay.
Did you ever really get that feeling when watching Mike Evans then? Because I think Mike Evans is very workman-like in how he plays, but he's consistent. I'll say maybe Marvin Harrison will be like that. He may not wow you per se, but he'll be consistent. As long as he has a good QB.
Mike Evans didn't get the Marvin Harrison hype.
Yeah, that's fair. But Mike Evans
came out of Texas, didn't he? He didn't get that.
Mike Evans came out in the same draft as OBJ, Jarvis Landry. Like Kelvin Benjamin, there were Sammy Watkins. That's all.
All of these men they rated higher than Mike Evans.
For the first 2 years, all them man were actually like looking nuts. You know what I mean?
Benjamin, bro.
Yeah, no, Kelvin Benjamin, his rookie year was. I can pull out the numbers, but I'm not trying to do that. We're going on a tangent with that one. All I'm saying is that I think from what I've seen of Marvin Harrison, he looks good. It's not wow, but he's more than serviceable.
Yeah,
like,
I can go with that.
And he's a rookie. He's a rookie, innit? He's not every rookie is going to be OBJ or Justin Jefferson their first year. You know, like the
season's
young as well. Yeah,
that's it. But like I do like what I'm seeing from Kyler, man. I'm seeing a bit more of that kind of that backyard football.
I always forget about how truly fast he is. You know,
he's insane. When he went past them, when he found that hole and he was off. To start celebrating from 40 yards out, one is extremely disrespectful. Two, when you see his legs move, he runs like a cartoon character because he's not striding. His legs are just moving bare quick, and he's this little person with like a bobblehead. But I think that I'm surprised they look a lot better than I thought they are. They've been in games, and the games that they have won, it's like you looked really impressive. They should have beaten the Bills when they played them as well. They lost in how did they lose that game? It was like in the last minute or so, didn't they?
It was a 4th down and they got shagged for a clear PI. Clear.
So they should have won that game. And bro, like you say that they're 2-3, but I mean they win that game and they're
yeah, it
3-2.
could be 3-2. Unfortunately, they're 2-3, not 3-2. So
Felix is such an elite hater. You know, I respect your hustle, man. You're loyal to the cause, bro. Anyway, but yeah, I like them. But I mean, on the other side of the ball, man, finally, welcome to the league, Brandon Ayuk, bro. After he signed his contract, he took a 4-week hiatus and decided that he was just going to turn up.
Yeah, he was cooking with grease, boy.
He said, yeah, all right, let me show you something, which I love for them. But for all of the Purdy haters out there, how are they feeling? They might be sitting, I know people are sitting there thinking, I'm going to give this a couple of weeks and I'm going to start talking my shit. What are you lot saying about how Purdy's performed in the last couple of weeks where the 49ers haven't looked great?
I think they've kind of asked Purdy to do more. Because I would actually say that I think that Purdy has actually, he's kind of carrying his load. He's doing what's being asked of him, innit? He's not. I'll put it like this. I'll say that I don't think he's the reason they're losing games.
Yeah. He had a couple turnovers yesterday. Obviously, one to kind of lose the game. And there's a couple plays where he kind of was doing a bit too much and took like bad sacks. But I think the main reason why they lost the game against the Cardinals is because like they didn't have a field goal kicker, so they're going for it on like 4 for 23. When in that it's like where they were on the field it will be a calm field goal for Jake Moody, but because they lost it, they'll go for it on 4th down. So I think that was a key thing. And also for whatever reason, they're kind of throwing the ball a lot, and in the red zone,
it's so weird, though, isn't it?
They're like one of the. Nobody believe that if you look at in the bottom 3 for red zone efficiency. It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 31st or 32nd, and then the Niners are like 30th. So whereas last year the red zone they were number 1. A lot of people said, obviously with McCaffrey, C-Mac basically scored a touch in every game. So I'm sure that McCaffrey's a miss, but they're just not getting it done in the red zone, and that's what's hurting them. Because I've seen quite a few of their games, and I think only the Vikings game they probably deserve to lose. They really should be 4-1. Like the Rams game, they literally gave that away. And this game,
it's the same thing.
They keep capitulating. I'm not gonna lie, so it's a real Shanahan thing to do.
Yeah, I don't mind it still. I don't mind it.
It's Shanahan being true to form, boy. We've seen it many a time, I lie.
Yeah.
He loves blowing a big lead.
But I mean, bro, I think Purdy this year, there's because of the way the team actually looks, he is being asked to do more. So this year we're going to actually see if he's really him, I guess.
Yeah. All right. What happened with you and the Steelers? How did that game go? How did you feel about it?
Bro, that was such a smelly game.
We really should have like blown them out. Because we were moving, like obviously we've seen a Steelers defense put like people in chokeholds. Not us though. Like we moved the ball on them up and down. Dak throws a very strange pick in the red zone towards CD. I'm not sure if it was miscommunication. To me, it just looks like just a horrible throw. That's literally 3 points off the board. Dak threw another pick deep in, which was again a strange one. Fumble in the red zone. Again, that takes away 3 points. And the Cowboys also missed a kick. Again, that's at least 9 points the Cowboys left on the board. In fact, even in the game-winning drive on 2nd and goal, we fumbled it. But luckily, that recovered. So the positives from that game, I'm sure, Felix, you could agree that the run game was somewhat there. And there was some interesting play calls, like a couple of smart like toss plays. We threw a screen to the fullback, which went for like quite a few yards.
Yeah, like,
and I think Dak, outside of the picks, which is quite hard to say, he was playing ball. Like he was distributing the ball, he was accurate, and I think it shows how much of a good QB he is. But I think we have such a low margin for error, especially when the defense isn't generating turnovers and getting sacks and putting us in the lead where we can like kind of control the game. But yeah, I think that was encouraging, especially the defensive performance without our 2 best defensive players and also without all-pro DB and Bland. But the Steelers offense isn't really saying that much, to be honest. But yeah, we almost threw the game away. and it would have been peak. Even to this
very,
day,
very close to throwing it.
They'll be cooking McCarthy. So I was happy that got that 4th down, 30 seconds left. Well done. But yeah, so it's not bad. We got a very tough game next against the Lions, and the way although our run defense has improved in the last 2 games.
No, Montgomery and Gibbs are gonna cook your ass,
bro.
But they cooked us last year. They cooked us in the run game last year, man. We still won. So.
Yeah, but the difference is last year, Dak can just slice through people at will.
Yeah, this year it's not the same.
It happening as much. So, and also our O line, I kind of worry against Hutchinson, and yeah, I know without Micah, without especially in this game Tank, I worry for us against the Lions, who I think the Lions are coming off a bye as well. So
yeah, they're going to be well rested and ready for your head.
Bro, the only thing I would add is that in previous seasons, a game like this, the Cowboys would lose. Like, so I don't know what it's worth, in the sense that we actually won a game that normally, looking at how the game is going, we are 100% losing. Do you know what I mean? On a grown, and as Ayo said, yeah, we were moving up and down the field. Like, obviously, Dak had the pick in the end zone. He fumbled got a strip sack fumble in the red zone as well. Cool. So he had his missteps, but he still dragged us up and for us to win the game. So, like, bruv, I mean, at least for another week, I don't have to hot him up too much. He played fairly. He played well this game. He played all right last week. He hasn't been great this season, but I mean, I guess they're slowly building up. Plus, as Ayo had also said, a lot of the stuff that people have been complaining about, the motion, no motion, at snap motion, before just orbits, all the sort of movement you would want to see a modern offense do. We weren't doing it the first 3 or 4 weeks, and we decided to do that this week, and we looked a lot better doing that, even though it was a low-scoring game. So, I mean, going into the Lions game, I'm not confident, but shit, we'll see what happens, innit?
We'll get your predictions on that one later on. All right, so just to round up on some of the good games that I saw this week, obviously the Bengals. We spoke about Joe Burrow earlier on. We won't put too much time on that, but obviously, I hate to say it, but Lamar once again made shit happen. Whether in part some of the places that they were in that game, whether they were there because of him, but somehow he also got them out. So what did you think of his performance in that game in general?
I mean, Lamar's been rising this year still. Like, he's been rising.
Lamar's been the best QB in the NFL this year. Yeah. He was, and what's so mad is that Joe Burrow played cold.
Really well.
Cold, dicing them, big bombs to Jamar Chase.
I thought they were going to win that game. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Justin Tucker is probably the one that you need to kick footballs as well.
Even watching that game, the difference between Lamar and Joe Burrow, I'm sorry, it's, and I just get so annoyed at people because Joe Burrow plays a prototypical quarterback way, and we get gas him, and his defense carried him to a Super Bowl that he lost. I don't know how he gets more praise for making the Super Bowl than Matt Stafford gets for winning it. But that's another story for another day. Like Lamar, they said we're not allowing Henry to run. Lamar said, okay. Dots. Even when they had him dead to right, bro, he fumbled the ball. Had to run the game.
He stiff-armed somebody twice.
He stiff-armed Hubbard.
Twice. In the same run. Nah, I'm sorry. Nah, he has to shoot
There's
him.
even one play, where it's actually a throwaway, so it actually makes a good play because it should have been a sack. Bro, they had Lamar dead to right. So he's running backwards. He just does yeet, bro. He spun 2 men out of their socks, bro. He is so good, and he's actually ridiculously strong, so fast. His pocket presence is beautiful. When you see him in the pocket, the way he evades pressure, and he's got a fantastic arm. So I thought both QBs put on a show. But Lamar was doing it with Bateman, Zay Flowers, are likely not flip. Jamar, you guys see what I was talking about Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is different.
Bro, this is 2 weeks in a row. He gets a calm 5-yard pass and just blows past like the whole team. He's different. But yeah, Lamar, like the level he's playing at now is an MVP level. Like, if he plays the rest of the season, he's gonna win the MVP.
Nah, they can't give it to him 3 years in a row. I ain't having that, bruv.
It'll be 2 years in a row.
When was his fraudulent one? Who won it last year?
Yeah, last year he got.
Oh, sorry, I said no. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. You reckon he's gonna get his squad MVP? Impossible.
But if he keeps playing like this and the Ravens win enough games, like the way I see it is, in my opinion, what's happening now? Obviously, this is early. MVP is likely going to be Lamar Mahomes.
Mahomes? Nah, man.
I don't know how you add Mahomes to that one. Mahomes have to do the mad thing because far.
I got Jalen Daniels higher up on the list of Mahomes right now, bro.
Yeah, that's your process. We're talking about who's actually going to win it. Like the people who win MVP. But
he said the fix is in.
No, but it's not like we've seen it. The person who wins MVP is usually the first or second seed in the conference, right? The Chiefs are currently 5-0, so the chances are they're going to be, and their biggest rivals in the conference, they've already beaten the Bengals and the Ravens, so that's effectively a 2-game lead because of a head-to-head. There are 2 games up on the Ravens, 4 games up on the Bengals, 3 games up on the Ravens, and if they beat the Bills, if they get ahead of the Bills or Texans, and I don't think Mahomes is gonna play this for the rest of the season. Like Mahomes, if he plays good,
he's gonna fix up.
Yeah, if he plays good, and if Lamar's not close to him in standings, he'll go to Mahomes. But if the Ravens go 13-4, for example, 12-5, second seed, potentially 1 season, and Lamar's playing at this level, he'll win it. Josh Allen, I can't see him like getting bare games. If the Bengals are winning, it will be Joe Burrow because he's playing quality football. He's only had 1 bad game.
Yeah.
So it'll be him. But wins actually matter with MVP.
Sam Darnold's gonna win it.
Anyway, listen.
Is man not 5-0?
On that note, yeah.
Before I forget, do you know who's one of my favorite QBs to watch? Yeah. Jordan Love is so cold. Everything about his game, even the way he's just laid back in a pocket, he will just be dashing off his back foot. That guy does not give a shit, bro. He is slinging that ball, bro. He's cold.
Fuck that guy, fam. After the way the Cowboys season ended last year, fuck that guy, man.
Bro, that guy to 9 quid, bro.
He sellotaped it on you, brother. Firm it, man.
It was a nasty one.
And Reed from the Packers, madman.
Yeah, bro. Anytime they hit him on a deep route, bro, this guy is always open, bro. What's going on?
How are you lot feeling about Trevor Lawrence before we move on?
He sucks.
Oh, he's actually been good. He's been good this year.
I don't give a heck, man.
Like, yo, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been cooking it for a time. I'm with you, but like, I actually see what you say a lot. Like, he actually does his job, but his team just they don't rise the thing with him.
But Lawrence, but the thing with Lawrence here, the reason why Lawrence will get less defense than Herbert is that 1, Herbert's put up a better body of work, and 2, Herbert, like Lawrence, actually turns the ball over a lot in terms of fumbles.
Yeah,
like last year, like he was fumbling anyhow, and he's thrown some picks this year. Whereas Herbert always takes care of the ball. So if your other team's higgy and you're putting up stats, you're putting up yards, you're putting up touchdowns, and you're not turning the ball over, people will give you a blight to a certain degree, depending on how much they like you. But if you're not putting up numbers, you're not throwing up touchdowns, and you're just fumbling the ball, you're not going to get a blight. But I think he's a very talented QB. I think their offense is meaty. It's good that they got in Brian Thompson Jr. So it'll be very interesting to see them. And there's rumors of Belichick going there. So
that'd be good. But
he's a good QB.
Got to disappear.
Yeah, I think what you think? Do we think that if what's his name, Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing for the Lions, he couldn't do what Jared Goff does for the Lions?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so.
Good.
All right, cool. So just before that, yeah. Do you know who made a really great high IQ play? I put the video on the account. Jackson Smith and Jigba. So there was a run where Geno Smith was running, and he looked over his shoulder and seen the run, but he's continued running and like put his hands out like that. And he's drawn like two defenders with him just to open out the running path for feet. It was so sick.
I didn't even watch that. I didn't even see that game because I think I was watching another game.
I'll send it to you. I'll put it on the account.
When I check the stats, bro, it looked like they were getting chefed at like halftime. They're like 25 yards, and
I'm genuinely surprised because bear in mind New York were down some key players as well.
Yeah.
So for them to do that, I said, all right, fair on, a good play.
But I can just tell like because New York got a lot of talent in the D line, and the Seahawks O line.
Yeah, Dexter Lawrence said, "Yeah, watch this."
Right. Seahawks,
he was being a terrorist.
The Seahawks O-line has been cheeks all year, but Gino has been getting it done regardless. I looked at their rushing stats. When I saw Gino as a lead in Russia, like in the fourth quarter, like 25 yards, I said, "Okay, cool, fair enough. I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here." And it almost got back into the game, but my man made a sick play to block the field goal.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate one for them, but I don't care.
Belichick was cooking. He was cooking the Seahawks because he was like, you know, like obviously they get back in the game, they get to field goal range, you kick a field goal to tie the game, take it to OT, and it gets blocked because the guy, what's his name again, Isaiah Simmons, jumps over the line and blocks it, and Belichick is like, if a DB is in the A gap, he's not exactly going to power rush you. What's going to happen?
I love the way Belichick breaks down the game because you sit there and think, you know what, fair enough, man. You know what, you're making clear points here.
NFL coverage has got so good because they've because of the Manning cast, them having on Belichick and then Brady being on Fox. These men could not strict, bro. These men are so strict. Bro, when man throw picks, you can see the anger in Peyton Manning's eyes, bro. You can tell that these guys want to say these niggas is ass.
This is why so many of them say they don't want to go into coaching. They're happy doing this because, bro, I think they might strangle people.
Yeah, but I need to say the clip. Belichick was, bro, he was genuinely disgusted, bro. Like he's like, bro, he even said it twice. He goes, "Fam, what do you think the DB's gonna power through? What do you think he's there to do?" And I was like, you know what? It's true.
Yeah, it's like that clip. It's the clip I sent when he was talking about the Saints game, and then it was when Derek Carr got picked up. And it's like, look at Derek Carr throwing another duck. I was like,
he hates his guts, bro.
He hates, bro. It's mad. Them men are so strict, but at the same time, it does kind of put you into the thought process of the way these lot think and how they view the game. To a certain extent, because we're so used to like a lot of people being nice in the color commentary, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas when you hear Brady, so when Brady was commentating on the Cowboys game and Dak threw that pick where Brooks slipped, and Brady was like, "All right, cool, he should get thrown the ball again." And then and I was like, "Rah," and then Dak threw the ball to him the next play. I was like, "Oh, okay." So if it was Brady, Brady was in that. So it's like
Brady said, "Yeah, I start the game from now. You better go."
Basically, so I actually do enjoy that. Where in comparison to like Tony Romo, when Tony Romo is basically just guessing what they're gonna run, and you're like, "Right, okay, fair enough, man." Like shit, like Tony don't cut no one.
Tony Romo allows people, but when he starts to hint at stuff, yeah, you know somebody's playing arse. Sometimes Troy is just generally disgusted at the play. He's like,
that's true.
He's like, I don't know if I want to throw in that ball. Like, that's his way of saying. But the worst ones here is when you catch the Fox has like a local.
Oh yeah, like when it's some 4-letter radio station like WNCB.
Bro, when I was watching the Denver games, purely on Hate Watch, on the Russell Wilson. Bro, the commentary be like, "I ain't gonna hold you." They'll bare bad open that play. I don't know what Russell's seeing, bro. Because it was that bad. The commentary just they would generally, because obviously this is the Denver coverage. Them man are like, "What is Russ looking at?" There's people open all over the field, so it's funny. Also, the Saints, they got absolutely smoked here. Derek Carr pack, high as a kite, mate. They should have lost by like 50 points. Yeah, they should have lost. They got smashed, bro.
I love that. Listen, I bought 3 ounces of that pack, boy.
Juju Smith-Schuster, 130 yards.
Oh, I don't care, man.
That's what happens, bro. Just bring some bumps to the Chiefs. Just give them 100 yards, bro.
Yo,
Like
pause.
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 We ain't like
Pause.
we ain't like certain QBs are crying because they only have one elite receiver.
Oh,
Where it can never be up.
Who that?
Boy, certain man in Buffalo are crying. Certain man in Cincinnati are crying because the defense is giving up their points. All I'm saying is, I know a QB who took his team to the AFC Championship game overtime with the 31st ranked defense. Do better.
We talk about Matt Ryan in 2016, yeah. Anyway, listen. So, last week's predictions. This you well done. You got 11. Felix, you got 8.
Is that it? I got 12, cuz.
And I got 8 as well. You missed the game, so sorry. You got to affirm that one. Sorry, brother. But well done. Good win. I'm glad you started watching tape.
That last week was so horrible.
Yeah, everyone got cooked in that last week. But don't worry, this week I'm going 13 for 13 or 14 for 14, however games there is. So, all right, cool. Let's get our predictions in. So let's wrap this up. Try to make this short. Another failure. We'll try again next week.
No. It's better. At least
as
long as you finish in 2 minutes.
Then, man.
Get the predictions. No huddle.
No huddle. Yeah, I'm saying quickly. I need to write this down. All right, cool. First game, Seahawks 49ers. I am taking the Seahawks here.
Oh wow, I'm taking the 49ers.
Yeah, same.
You're scary.
All right, cool. Listen, I'm watching tape, everybody. Bears, Jags. I'm actually going to go with the Bears because Caleb has been looking good recently, I must say.
I'm going with the Jags.
Yeah, I'm going Bears.
All right, contrarian. Saints, Bucks. I'm praying for the Saints actually to do the business here.
Bucks. Derek Carr.
Yeah, but Bucks. I know Derek Carr's out. I know. So Bucks, but I'm praying for the Saints. But Bucks. Ravens, Commanders. I am going for the Ravens. This is the battle of the running QB. We're going to see who the real one is.
Ravens for me.
I'm going Ravens as well.
All right. Green Bay Packers versus the Cardinals. I'm going with the Packers here.
Same.
I'm going to go Cardinals.
All right. Titans, Colts. I'm going to go Titans, who I believe are coming off a bye.
I'm going Colts.
I'm going Colts.
Pats, Texans. I'm going Texans. We got Drake May starting for the Pats this week.
Yeah, Texans.
Yeah, I'm going Texans, man.
It's gonna be spooky over there. Eagles, Browns. Eagles coming off a bye week.
Horrible.
Eagles, bro. Yeah, Eagles.
Do you know what though? Sorry, with the Browns, yeah. I'm going Eagles, by the way. But the Browns, as bad as they've been, do you know how many drops there has been by receivers? It's actually spooky.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, bro. There's times where I was
reading something.
Actually put it on certain man, and they're just not catching it.
No, I read something that said that Amari Cooper has the highest percentage of uncatchable passes thrown to him at like 40% or something like that.
That is insane.
So like even with the drops, like Deshaun is moving.
He's not good. I feel like end of the season he's gone. But anyway, Broncos, Chargers. I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos here. You know.
Yeah, they're on a little streak. I think I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Broncos. Steelers, Raiders. I'm gonna go Steelers. The Raiders are awful.
I'm going Raiders.
All right.
Christian Wilkins is out. The D tackle is out.
It's too late. It's locked in. If you're sorry, Felix.
I'm fine. Raiders.
All right. Falcons, Panthers. I'm gonna go the Falcons, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to the Falcons.
Cowboys, Lions. I hate to say it, but I'm going Lions, man.
Lions too.
I'm going to go Cowboys just to be different.
Bengals, Giants. I'm going to go Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bengals. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants win, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm going to go Bengals.
I'm going Bengals, that one, defo. Bills and Jets could be the bounce back win for the Jets.
Bills.
You know, you always get that little bit of je ne sais quoi when you get a new interim head coach.
Bills.
Oh, I'm gonna say the Jets just to be different. All right, cool, wicked. So that is our predictions in and locked in for next week. We'll see how that goes. I'd just like to say, in the main league and our fantasy football, I'm still unbeaten. Talk to me nice. I'm 5-0.
Oh, I forgot about fantasy. I didn't even check my house.
Yeah, my other one, I got smoked, man. Like I'm even out the playoffs in our small.
No, one of my one, I'm so mudded. Like,
but yeah, the main one, the one that's got like 20 people, where it requires real depth of knowledge to go into the
Brees Hall. He ain't doing shit, bro.
Oh, bro, he's a bum.
Bro, that man can't run the ball at home, you know. The Jets cannot run the ball, man. It's nasty work.
But I love it, man.
I'm playing 2 leagues.
What, in the big one?
Yeah.
Because I know in the small one, I think you're 4-1.
I'm feeling 2 in both.
Oh, yeah, Felix is top of the thing of the small one, 4-1, I think.
Let me see.
Lions
Let me put it up right now. Yeah, Lions in the camp, 4-1. I'm 4-1 in both.
I'm 5-0 in the main thing. That's what that matters. You get me? Whoever Jose is, whatever.
I love the Felix, yeah, but I actually forgot. I forgot to look at my team, and obviously Jalen Hurts and Barkley on the bye week, so I couldn't replace them. But even if I did replace them, I had Kittle on the bench had 20 points, and Dak had 16. It wouldn't have been enough, to be fair, anyway.
Oh, you got touch. Oh,
no, fair play. Oh my God, DJ Moore 27 points on the bench.
Yeah, he was cooking this week. Oh God,
yeah, no.
he gave it to the Panthers, but god damn. All right, but so we are 4 minutes under an hour and a half, bro. We've done it. We've got under an hour and a half. Next week we're gonna get under an hour, inshallah. Anyway, guys, that's been this week. Again, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to listen and all of these things. Follow the accounts, T and TDs on Twitter, also on YouTube. Please subscribe to that as well and be liking so that we can start getting some traction on there. It's a slow grind to build it up. And yeah, we'll be back next week with another show. Peace.